Welcome to Jaguar X356, my 2007 manufacture year 2.7 turbo diesel Sovereign model, and it's service time. So I'm probably going to do this over a couple of sessions just because I can. What I'm looking to do is start off with replacing the diesel filter. So I've not really done one of these before, so I've had a look at the manual, and I think what I want to do first, before I even start removing anything, is probably get some kitchen roll to allow for any sort of spillages or anything like that. But I might just release this line here. Push down gently, push the button in, pull it up. A little bit of fuel may come out. I think this one goes through to the high pressure fuel pump, which is located tucked away somewhere out of sight in there somewhere. I think also there may be a return line that's got a, you can't see it because of the cowling, but just under there I think there's a pressure relief valve to let the air out, I think. And then various other lines that are also returning back to the fuel pump and the tank at the rear of the car. You can see here that the fuel filter itself is held on by, looks like a 8mm bolt. Nice and straightforward, I think. Just a bit of a clamp assembly there. So should be quite easy to release once we've done it. I've had a feel underneath and I can't feel any electrical connectors. I think some of the later XJs, maybe X351, I think some of the later ones had a sensor underneath that detected if there's water in the fuel or anything like that. These ones I don't think have. I've also had a look at the replacement filter, making sure that I've matched the pattern at the top, and I have. It does match perfectly. Got the right one and the right size. And if I just take off this protective packaging, you can see here it looks like this just unscrews, and there's an opportunity there to evacuate the contents of the fuel filter, particularly if there's any water. So I'll be doing that later on with this when we do pull it out, just to have a look to see if there is any water in there. But before I do that, I want to disconnect this line here, and then I've actually got some 8mm piping here, and what this will enable me to do is cover up, it's one of these red ones here actually, on the actual car. And I've got a collection container just here, and what I'll be able to do is I'll probably just try priming this, just turning the ignition key to position 2 a couple of times, 10 seconds rest. And I just want to see if I get the fuel coming out, because if I have, then I know I've identified the right route. And that's really important, because once I've actually replaced this with the new filter, I will need to evacuate all the air in there. Otherwise I'll have quite a bit of bother trying to start up the engine. So I want to make sure that this is full of diesel. Now some folks can recommend that you fill this up. You just unscrew this and fill it all up with diesel as best you can, and that will do. And I think it would actually do. I think you'd only get a minor bit of air in there, and that would circulate round to the valve there to let the air out. That'll be fine. But actually Jaguar manual says actually you should plumb this in and then just do a 10 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 10 seconds on, do it about 5 or 6 times I think it is. And so actually what you're doing, you're filling this all up. And the way I can verify that is if I have this removed and I've got the clear piping, I should see fuel coming out. But like I say, I want to put it on there first, try it first, and then we'll get into disconnecting all the other lines, replacing the filter, and then bleeding the diesel filter. Okay, so I'm just pushing down a bit and then pushing in, and hopefully that will come out. I have a funny feeling that's going to need to be a two-handed job, but I'm literally going to push down, push that all the way in, and then pull it up. Right, that came off fairly easy. A little bit of dribble of diesel as expected. Now I've got this on here and it goes all the way down here. I'm not expecting to extract that much fuel, by the way. Just wanted plenty of piping so I don't knock anything or get in the way. I've got that on quite tight here, so now what I'm going to do is come round and see if I can just pop the car into so hopefully just through here, I will zoom it in, you should be able to see if any fuel comes out. So I'm just going to turn that to position 2, and there you go, look at that. So now we know for sure that is the one that we need to use to bleed it afterwards. Flipping heck. I'm glad I used plenty of pipe and cable. I just literally did one bleed, or one turn on position 2, and look how much fuel we've got out. So it's come all the way down here, all the way here. Look at my container, it's nearly full up. Well, it's not actually, that's a lie. It's about half full. So that was literally one turn, or one cycle of the fuel pump from the ignition. So ignition position 2, and that's how much fuel you get. So gosh, I'm a bit surprised about that. Just shows how much pressure is built in the system. So I know I've got the right one now, so that's good news. What I'll do now is I'll clamp that off, make sure I'll remove the hose, let it drain through into the container, and then we know we'll be good to start priming that when we get the new one in. Right, so that's our one matching up with this one. That's the one that goes through and all the fuel comes out. I think that's the return one just there, which is that one. And then you've got another one here, which I think is a air one possibly, which is going into there. And then finally the one at the back that comes off there. Always a good idea to take a picture before you start, in case you mess them up. You really don't want to mess these up, but the good news is these three here are actually linked by this little bracket thing here, supporting bracket, so you know which ones are going where, so that'd be absolutely fine. So what I'm going to do now that it's drained off, I'm going to find a little clamp down here, remove some of these, release the 8mm bolt, and then I should be able to lift out the fuel filter without making too much mess, and then we can look to put the replacement one in. Okay, the fuel filter's out. You don't have to fully release this 8mm, just unscrew it enough so that you've got the tension off the side of the fuel filter. There's a case of making sure the pipes are clear, lifting out. This one may foul a little bit, just be a bit careful with this one, and then actually that should all be fine. You should just be able to lift it clear and it should all be good. So here's the old filter, and I've just got this jug so I can measure what's going on. So what I'm going to do is I'll release this screw here, this black thing here, let that pour into here, and then we should be in a situation whereby we can see if there's any if it's pure diesel or where there's any water in it. Okay, so there's the fuel, the diesel we managed to extract when I ran the fuel pump for one ignition cycle, and here's what I've extracted from the old fuel filter itself. So that's sitting around just under, I think it's just under 400 millilitres. So that could be useful for those who are looking to bleed their fuel filter the old school way by filling it up with fresh diesel. So you're probably going to need about 400 or 500 millilitres to do that. Or you could just use this clean fuel here that I've got out earlier. I'm going to do it slightly differently. I'm going to look to add in the new fuel filter, plumb it in, and just leave the fuel out, the bit that's going into the high pressure fuel pump, and I'll do what I did earlier, just do a couple of ignition cycles to make sure that the fuel filter's filled up and that we've got fuel flowing through out of here. Then I'll cap that, then I'll do a few more cycles as well just for good measure, and then we should be all good to go. Right, new fuel filter's in there, so what I'm going to do now is just connect the lines up except for this one and that one, and then I can clamp the fuel filter into place. Then we should be good to think about doing the priming. Okay, the lines are all snapped back in. I've deliberately not tightened the clamp just yet. Just wanted to make sure I've got wiggle room for this. Point to note, make sure you don't trap your air suspension cable here into where the fuel filter rests. That'd be a bad idea. It needs to sit underneath and move freely underneath, alright? So all I've got left is the line into the high pressure fuel pump. Okay, the clear line is now connected to the fuel out. Everything else is connected in, we're all clamped up. I've just got plenty of kitchen roll here in case I need it. But what I'm going to do now, follow that down, it's still got the container there. What I'm going to do now is start to prime the fuel line. just see if the fuel will come through that line. So let's have a go. So I'm just going to move to position 2. There's no fuel yet. Turn it off again. Wait 10 seconds. Turn it on again. Position 2. Still no. Oh, there we go. And we've got fuel, and there's no air bubbles. So I'm now going to turn that off, and we should be good. So all I'm going to do is just disconnect this, and then I'll snap the line onto that properly, and then we should be good to do some post verification steps. But I'm happy with that. All the air has been pushed out of the fuel filter, and we'll just do a couple of more cycles of that to make sure that the air goes out of that as well. But I think we should be good after that. Okay, I've done the priming cycle a couple of times now. So we did it twice with the fuel line out disconnected. I've done it twice with it connected. So hopefully now I should be in a position whereby I should be able to start the car up. There's no leaks or anything, so I know I'm good there. So I'm just going to go for a start up. So again, let's just come in here, position 2, wait a few moments, and we'll start up. And she's good. I hope you found some of this useful. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you found some of this useful. Plenty more content coming along with all my cars very soon.